Hello, Alex and Elena. Nice to see you today.
Hello, Lady. It's really very nice to see you again.
Hello,
Right.
Lady. Hello, Elena.
Hello.
Right, so today we always start, well, not always, but sometimes we start with an idiom. And I saw these, which are loosely related to the topic of today. So Alex, can you just read number 1?
Okay. Save for a rainy day. And to save money for a time when you really need it.
Right, have you seen this one before?
Maybe, I'm not sure. It seems to me, yes.
Right, okay, so we have to think of an example. We'll do one by one, so it'll be easy. So I will try to start to give you a sort of time to think about it.
Okay.
As I will be retiring soon, I will need to save money for a rainy day. Right, Alex?
I think it is a good idea to save money for a rainy day.
Yes, because we never know when that's going to happen, no?
Mhm.
And Elena?
My parents always think how to save money for rainy day, and I think they are right. But I myself never can do it because my big family always needs something every day, and I just have what I have, but not for rainy day.
Right, so you've been brought up by your parents to think about saving money for a rainy day. But nowadays it's difficult because your family always needs something.
Yes.
On a daily basis. Right, the next one, Elena, what does it say?
On a shoestring with very little money.
Now, I don't know if you know what a shoestring is. Maybe we'll say a shoelace. So you imagine a pair of shoes and it's got some holes here and we tie our laces. So a shoestring is very short, no?
Yes.
So maybe that's where it comes from. When I was younger, I had to live on a shoestring. I just had enough money to get to the end of the week. Right, Elena.
Yes, it's often happened that students have to live on a shoestring because they have to study and cannot work a lot. So that's
right.
it.
So when you're a student or a university student, they live on a shoestring because they're busy studying and they haven't got time to earn any money. And Alex?
I'm sorry, but I don't understand completely.
Shoestring means that you have a small amount of money to live on.
I think I will try to compose some sentences. I think better buy something for or on a shoestring than stay without nothing.
Right. So also you could say, I have been lucky. I have never had to live on a shoestring. That you've always had just enough money to live on, right? Now, the next one, Alex.
On the breadline, very poor, with little money to live.
So breadline gives you the impression that you are near to hunger, right? So you could see this maybe in a film or in a book, maybe then more so that people use it, no? And hopefully you will never have to use it, or people that we know. I have been lucky during my lifetime that I have never lived on the breadline, but I know there are hundreds of people in the pandemic who have lost their job and are living on the breadline. Right? Go on then, Alex, have a go.
I'll try, but I'm not sure is it correct or not.
Don't worry, and we'll try and fix it.
Better live in the breadline and with happiness than in the rich, but in sad
Unhappy.
or unhappy.
So it's better to live on the breadline and be happy, rather than be rich and unhappy.
Yes.
Okay, Elena.
Wars are terrible also because they make many people live on the breadline.
Yes, yeah, I don't watch the news. You know, I've gone against watching the news to keep away from everything. But I have been seeing headlines that they're saying that in the UK, there are quite a few families now living on the breadline because of the situation there. They've either lost their jobs or things are very expensive. Now they're talking about fuel crisis, electricity crisis, and things like that. So it's making it harder each day to live. And so they're on the limit. Breadline is on the limit.
Yes.
Right, on the limit of not being able to live correctly or properly. Right then, so it's question time. Let's see what we have today. Now, we're going to read the sentence, try to understand what it's trying to express because it's said in an unusual way, maybe, and then give our opinion about it. So, Alexis, can you read this number one?
Okay. He who borrows, it sorrows.
Now, to borrow, remember, is when you ask for money, when you need it, and sorrow is like sadness. So what do you understand when you read this sentence?
I understand you should took back when you borrow, and it's always related with sorrow.
Right. And Elena, do you understand something with this sentence?
I understand, like when you're in the situation that you borrow money, it's already a very sad situation, but also you take responsibility to give money back, and it's like a pressure on your shoulders and never good.
Yeah, so I understand that if you are in dire straits and you need to borrow money, that is a sad moment. And then I think it can get complicated. So once you start borrowing from here, you have to borrow from over here as well, no? And it just gets more and more, maybe.
But
And
I'm just curious.
Sorry?
I'm just curious if in your place of living there is a situation with like microcredits, because in Ukraine you can get very fast money from some organizations, but then you have to give them with very high percents. But people don't think about that percent when they take money, and it's very.
They don't think about the risk. They don't think about the, what's it called, the interest you have to pay on it.
Yes,
I
and
remember a long time ago, I did borrow some money, and the interest then was 18%. So I spent most of my time just paying the interest. And I promised myself I would never do that again. Right?
Yes.
So in the moment of desperation, maybe we would borrow money, not from a friend because a friend wouldn't ask for interest, but if we borrow it from an organization or a bank, they charge very high interest, and you spend most of your time just paying that, and you never get to take the money back. So we should think twice maybe before we borrow money, because it just gets us more deep into debt, right? When we get into debt, it's because we can't pay back what we owe. And sorrow also, maybe we could lose a friend if we can't give the money back. So we could take it from different places. Right, Elena, the next one.
Teenagers must earn their pocket money themselves. I would not say must, I would say should earn
Right.
their pocket money themselves, because it's good when a young person has that experience and can do that and think about ways how he could get money. It's a good experience for life, but must, no, it's not correct.
So should, no? And you, Alexis?
I fully agree with Elena, and I think it's a good experience when teenager understand value for money.
Right. So we think that teenager is a person from 13 to 18. That's why it's called teenager. Should have experience with money, with our help. And if we give them some money, it's because maybe they did something around the house, maybe a chore, or they've gone to the shops for you, or they take the rubbish out for you every day. Or if you give them money, that they have to administrate it to be able to pay for those little things that they need. So they have, it would be a good idea to learn the value of the money.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So I think I told you before I started work at about 12 or 13, washing hair in a hairdresser's, and I earned very little. But my mother used to make, I used to hate my mother, but she used to make me save a third for her and a third for me. And I'd go, oh, but it was a way of learning the hard way to value money. So when I left home at 18 to work, I knew a little bit more about money than other people that I met there. So when I went to London to work, there were people around me that didn't know how to open a bank account, who didn't know how to organize the money. So even at that time when I didn't like my mother, later on in life, I realized it was for my good that I did these things, no? Right, Alex, the next one.
Okay. Money can make a person more beautiful. Yes, money may might make a person more beautiful, but not always.
But what do you understand about more beautiful? Attractive?
More attractive, and we can buy something which can make us more attractive.
Ah, right. So material things would make us look better.
Material things, and we can spend some money for the maybe massage and other exercises.
Right. Also, money can help us be more beautiful because we can spend it to help us look better. Yes. Physically. And you, Elena, what do you understand?
I also was thinking, what is the idea behind the sentence? It's about appearance or about soul? Because it's, if about appearance, then yes, of course, because healthy food is quite expensive and fast food is cheaper. So if you eat good food and care about yourself, you will be more beautiful. But if it's about soul, then you cannot say that. It's not true.
But I was thinking that maybe money makes you more attractive to other people. That people come to you because you have money. They're attracted to you.
In that way, yes, it's more attractive.
No, it's a possibility, no? So we can either go with the physical, look after ourselves, it helps to have money, or money can make a person more attractive and people want to be with them because they have money.
We're your friend if you have money.
It can be anything. We're just playing. It's for fun, no? Elena, the next one.
People must donate some of their salaries to charity. It's again about must. That for me sounds not right. Sorry, that sentence. But it's good when a person has that desire and can do that. It's very good. But not everyone has a possibility, and just not everyone like it.
Maybe we should promote it, educate people to think of others rather than just themselves, no? And you, Alex?
I again agree with Elena, but I can say if we imagine other context and let it be, I say this phrase, maybe my children, and I think it's like, yes, in general, people must, because it's a good personality and other and other. But of course, if I say not acquaintance, not other people, it's not must, of course.
Right. So charity, I don't know, there's an expression, charity starts at home, but I can't remember what it means that exactly. Charity starts at home. But we should maybe promote it to think of others, no? I remember here in Spain, there was a few scandals where charities used to take the money and not use it correctly. So this is always a fear, no, of ours, that we give money to a certain organization and they don't use it correctly.
Yes, and also you can help other people not only by money. You can teach someone or help with do some things if it's old people.
What's that? Voluntary work, maybe. Voluntary work.
Yes.
Voluntary work. Give your time.
Yes.
Give your time, and it doesn't have to be financial, no? So you can give to charity. For example, in the UK, there are many charity shops in the high street, and charity shops are shops where people take things they don't want, which are in very good condition or even new, and they sell them, and that money that they get goes towards the charity. So I remember when I went to the UK, down the main street, there could be a charity for cancer or charity for blind people. And maybe I have some objects in my house that I will never use, they're new, or someone gave me as a present and I don't want them. I would take them, they would sell them, and then that money would go to, and also the people that went to buy in that shop, if they needed clothes or something, they're cheaper. But they always have to be in good condition. You can't give them rubbish, for example. Right then, Alex.
A fool and his money are
easily parted.
Easily parted. I don't know, but it seems to me in Russian fairy tales, it's always this idea, always expression, always explained deeper.
So this exists in your language, this expression?
Yes, and Russian name Ivan, and additional part fool, Ivan, foolish.
Right, so a fool is a silly person, no?
Yes.
And you can trick a silly person or a fool very easily and take away what they have, no?
But eventually, very often, it's present as wisdom, as easygoing life, and money is nothing eventually.
Right, so we shouldn't be so worried about it. And you, Elena?
Yes, I think it's true, because if someone win money in a way like a lottery, or gave it from died relatives, like a inheritance.
Inheritance, yes.
Yes, and when if that person doesn't have the experience how to deal with big money, it's I think.
Yes,
for example,
sorry. So if you get it easily from like an inheritance or a lottery, and you haven't had to work hard for it, maybe you will part with it easier. No, if you had to work for it 9 to 5 every day.
Yes, I guess.
I think sometimes we are easily tricked into giving money to people sometimes if we're not careful, no? Right, the next one, Elena.
Rich people don't have friends. Sounds so. It's like that you said, lady, that a person with money is attractive to others, and maybe there are a lot of like friends around that one. But rich people also are wise and clever, I think. So they understand who is a true friend and who is not. And also rich people can have rich friends, why not? So they...
Yeah, but you're talking about false friends, no?
Yes.
So I think that maybe, we don't know because we're not rich people, but we can just imagine rich people could be afraid that the other person is only interested in them for the financial or the money situation.
Yes,
so maybe that will stop them from opening up as much as, if we have nothing to lose, maybe we will open the door quicker to other people.
But as rich people, they communicate with other rich people, and they can be friends.
Yeah, but I think it's hard for them.
Maybe.
Because they must get, they must unsure of the motives of why people are talking to them. I saw an interview the other day about the singer Adele, and she said it was difficult to make friends because all they did was wanted to talk about her work, her job, songs, and they weren't really interested in her as a person. So sometimes there are different barriers, no, that we have to overcome for people to get close to us, and maybe money is a barrier. Maybe, because you're always afraid that they're interested in something that isn't you.
Okay, yes.
It could be. Alex, you want to say something? Oh, that's okay.
No, I listen to you with attention.
Right, the next one, Alex, this one here at the bottom.
Okay, when money speaks, the true keep silent.
You know what it's trying to say there?
Yes, I think it's true, and because it's...
Well, I understood it that money goes with power, and if you pay someone enough, they will keep silent, so the truth never comes out. That's what I understood by it.
I think
maybe it's sorry, you say, Alex.
I think here this sentence relate to one person. If he or she speaks by money, of course he keep silent with true. Okay, they can't be both, speak by money and speak true.
Right, so okay then, and you, Elena?
I was thinking about a court when a judge have to make a decision, and you give money to a judge for right decision. Then
so more or less what I was saying, no? Money, power, pay
yes.
someone to keep quiet, no? It could be called a bribe. A bribe is where you pay someone so they're quiet.
Bribe, a new word.
Or bribe, when I want you to do something, I give you money. Right? So this is what I understood. When money speaks, when you've got money, then the truth will never be known because it's quiet, because you have paid for that opportunity for it to keep silent. But these sentences, you can take them the way they want. And the last one, Elena?
Poor people choose to be poor. It's people can
Happy
argue
people
about
choose.
that sentence because I'm
Yeah.
sure one part would say yes, it's true, the another give proofs that not, it is not, and I would say that not.
The majority
don't
wouldn't
like
choose to
play
be poor. The majority wouldn't choose to be poor. When I looked at this, I thought, they can only choose to be poor in the sense that if they make bad decisions and they don't try. So sometimes mentally, if they're in a poor situation, they haven't got the energy or the strength or the willpower to rise up from that situation.
Yes.
So
that was what I was thinking.
I would add something. In Russia, I heard other expression. If you, I try to translate. If you never live as a rich person, you shouldn't start and still continue and be poor.
Right. So if you've never been rich,
you shouldn't start rich.
Well, I've heard if you are rich and you become poor, it's harder than the other way around. Not if you've been poor before and you go back to poor. It's more difficult to get on with life. Right then, friends. So these were very difficult sentences, but they can stimulate us to talk about different subjects. So it's to do with money, really, no? Money, poor, and things like that. So I just thought the last one, sometimes people need to be stronger willed, make better decisions. But of course, there are a lot of people who haven't got the ability to leave the poor situation which they're in, no? Right then. So thank you for coming and hope to see you again another day.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Alex.